After 7 years with a rival manufacturer, Jonathan Rea had made a leap of faith to join the Kawasaki racing team for the 2015 World Superbike Championship. While Jonathan's first test on the Kawasaki ZX-10R told him that he'd made the right choice, there was still work to be done. The Kawasaki racing team arrived in Australia with an intense program for a 2-day test ahead of the opening round of the 2015 championship.
Going into Phillip Island, I knew I could do a good job. It's one moment that sticks in my head when my team manager came to me before the race. He reassured me that the top 5 was an acceptable result here because the ZX-10R had never won in previous seasons at Phillip Island. I was blown away. I was like, hey man, I have not left my previous team to come and sign for Kawasaki and finish 5th.
It will be Jonathan Rea that just goes across the line to win the opening race of 2015.
For me, the first races was like whirlwind. We went to Thailand, a stop-start track, and I did a double there in dominant fashion.
He does the double here in Thailand. Well, Jonathan Rea has been a class above the rest. He deserves this.
It wasn't until we got to Aragon, more European-style track with a lot of different character. A track where we really struggled in November testing, and we won the first race against Chaz.
Jonathan Rea who takes race 1 here in Aragon.
And then we moved on to Imola and had another double there. It was like the snowball kept building. It was incredible.
Jonathan Rea wins and takes the double win here in Imola.
The reality is when you arrive on a new team, when you arrive after 5-6 years working with another team, another bike, you cannot put your goals and objectives too far away, otherwise maybe you miss the focus on the real job you have to do.
He's just matured as a person, as a man, as a husband. He became a father, and he just became a lot more settled in his own self of what he wanted and what he thought he could achieve.
It's not only one bike, it's not only one rider, it's many things together, and it seems like we put all in the right place, and it's working really good.
He knows who he is as a racer as well as a person and as a man, and it's night and day really compared to what he was when I met him.
The British flags are flying here.
Even at the early stage of the season, the championship looked like Jonathan's to lose, but the 2013 World Superbike champion on the Kawasaki team's other ZX-10R had something to say about that when the series got to the UK round at Donington Park.
For me, it's so hard to get beat by a teammate because you have equal equipment. He's got the same bike and shoes, same suspension, same tyres.
There's a dazzling display from Tom Sykes here at Donington Park.
It was hard, hard to recover from that mentally because I'd had such a strong start. It's one of them where I wanted to come back the next week and beat him, and it's that kind of feeling that drives you, it drives the whole team.
Almost the halfway point of the season. Look how quick he's coming into turn 3 there. Championship leader, 101 point lead. When that crash that we mentioned at the bike goes hurtling into the gravel.
Despite a high-speed crash in Superpole, Jonathan was back to winning ways with his 4th double of the season in Portugal, maintaining his 100% podium record at Misano in Italy and Laguna Seca in the USA.
Moving into Sepang, there was a, let's say, mathematical chance I could win the championship. When we went in race 1 and I won the race, it was kind of from the 3rd row of the grid. It was like, thanks man.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Tom had a 5th place and really struggled with tyre wear at the end, so we thought, hey, if he only finishes 4th in this next race and I can win and beat Chaz, we can win here.
Will we be crowning him champion at the end of this race?
Sure, first gear is better because it gives you the attack.
Yeah, and let me stop as well.
Let you stop better, that's another point.
Do you want to know his lap and your lap? If it's same situation as now?
Good start from Sykes. Jonathan Rea late on the brakes. Tony, that's close! And Biaggi goes out of the race. If Jonathan Rea wins this race, he's the World Superbike champion. We enter the final lap in Sepang. Here he comes. Jonathan Rea pulls alongside.
And, the last corner came down to a battle between me or Chaz, and if I won the race, we were champion.
Is for the championship.
Braked as hard as I could brake.
They touch. They do touch. And Chaz Davis here, and Jonathan will race to the line. Who will get it? It's going to be close.
Jonathan was 6 weeks away from the next World Superbike round at Jerez in Spain and just 6 points away from getting both hands on that championship trophy. To pass the time, he returned to his first love, the gateway through which he took his first steps towards the highest level of motorcycle sport, motocross.
This season, how I conditioned myself was a lot more in the motocross bike, going back to having fun again in my roots. I wait till the sun comes out and I ride my bicycle and have a great day, or we spend the day in the workshop fettling my motocross bike and go and have a belter of a day at the sand track we ride. And I find this season I've been really strong at the end of races, so it's what works for you, and right now this season I think we've hit the nail on the head.
Next time on Jonathan Rea, a new chapter.
It's only 1:30 in my day.
He was the guy back then that was so dominant.
Don't let him to go much if you have good feeling.
Pole positions, fastest laps. It's been an incredible journey.
Jonathan Rea dominating this World Superbike Championship in 2015.